Fred, this is not a parade. Will you get out of that car?
Welcome to RCindustry.
Well, hey, if you don't like fixing things and making them just like brand used, this channel may not be for you. Well, hey, it's Rick here. And welcome back to another episode of RCindustry. Today, we're going to take a look at the old Chrysler Sebring here and see if we can figure out what's going on with the top. The top goes down and the top goes up, but when it goes up and then it waits and then it has to go up, and I think it's low on fluid. The pump runs, but if it's low on fluid, where did that fluid go? It didn't evaporate. It's a closed loop system. Did it leak out? Well, it didn't pee on the floor anywhere. So I don't know. We're going to take a look at it. Those pumps and reservoirs don't hold very much fluid at all, so if it is just a little bit low, it can cause it to act up. I think if the cylinders were bypassing, I don't think that it would actually go up at all. So we're going to check into it, and we're going to see what we can get done. All right, show you more. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about with the top. So to bring the top up, and that's about all it's going to do right there. Now if you'll let it sit there a minute and back it down just a little, and it'll come on back up. Let it sit there a minute. Oh, she might make it. Nope. It ran out of fluid. It'll sit there a minute. It'll come back on. There it goes. So see, that's just not really working right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take out the back seat, and we're going to take out the bottom of the back seat, take the bolts out for the back of the back seat, lift it up out of there. Then there is a sound deadening barrier that we'll remove, and then there should be the pump and the reservoir. So let's get to it. Okay, well now this back seat should just pop right up out of there. I'm going to use this crowbar to pop it up. Maybe. There it goes. There's that side. And there's that side. Lift that up out of there. Now one thing I want to check is I want to make sure that there's no oil down in here. And there is. Right there. So right on the bottom of this, let me get you down here where you can see this. Right in here, it's not standing, but it's damp, and that's oil. It's hydraulic oil. So we probably have, I can smell it actually. So we probably have a leak in this cylinder at one of the fittings or something, and that's why we're low on fluid. Now the pad here is not wet, and it doesn't appear to be wet on the back side, so it's not leaking bad, but it has leaked enough that, you know, it's not wanting to work right. So let's get these. There should be two, probably 16 or 18 millimeter bolts to take that seatbelt bracket off, and that will loosen the back of the seat, and that'll pop up. So let's get that off of there. All right, show you more. Okay, let's get this insulation dampening stuff out of here. Should be a couple of grommets here holding that. There we go. Those are back up under here. Okay, so there's the pump and reservoir. This being the pump and this is the reservoir. Pressurizes the lines, returns back to the reservoir. Now, in order to fill that, it has to be, you got to take it, pop it out with these grommets and get it level, because it's sitting like this, and then you fill it. You pull that little plug out right there and you fill it until it just wants to weep out, kind of like a rear end, you know. You don't want to overfill it. You don't want to, you know, it's got to be a little bit of airspace in there. So we're going to pop that out of there. This all looks dry. There's nothing here that's wet, but I'm suspecting that back over here behind this is the lift cylinder for the passenger side, and I'd say we must have something must be leaking there. So we're going to pull this cover off, and we're going to take a peek in there, and then we'll top this thing off if we can see where it's leaking. So, all right, show you more. Oh well, I don't know how this comes off, but we're going to find out. Looks like this speaker grill must pop off of here somehow. And there's that. There's a little dooker right there that's holding this bitch. Two. Not sure how this pops out of there. Just like that, I guess. Plug the speaker, maybe. Okay, there's that out there. Okay, well here's our cylinder, and it's kind of wet up in here, and down here, of course, where it's run down. And it's not, I mean, there's not a whole lot of oil, but this thing probably only holds, you know, half a teacup. I mean, it don't hold too much, so if it's got a little leak, that is probably what's going on. I don't know where the fittings are at. It's probably got push-on fittings. Yeah, right there. But that doesn't, I mean, I don't see anything. But it's definitely wet right here at the top of this piston, where the piston comes out. Now you can actually buy these new pieces here, so it could be that that is what needs to be done. So I will probably order a new one of these. But in the meantime, we're going to top the system off, clean this all up, and see if we can get a better idea of where it's leaking. Alright, show you more. Okay, so we got it out and we're level. So now I'm going to get me a little pliers and pop this out, and we're going to see how much fluid it takes. Alright, show you more. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to pull that plug out. Now you might say, well, how in the world are you going to get anything into that little hole? Well, I'm going to use this little thing right here. Suck in some fluid and push it in there. And the fluid we're going to use today, since I can't find online anywhere what is really recommended for this, is we're going to use this low temp, good to 50 below, hydraulic fluid, non-foaming, anti-wear formula. Well, that's good. Maybe it'll heal that leak over there on that cylinder. Anyway, replaces Myers and replaces Westerns and Fishers and, you know, on and on and on. Have no idea where I got this, but this is what we're going to use. So, alright, so let's see if we can pop this out of here. Just ever so gingerly, because we don't want to tear it up, because that would suck. Oops, dropped her down in there. Okay, well there's what the plug looks like. Now let's see if we can get a little bit of this stuff sucked up in here some way. Don't know where my little sucker upper went. There it is. Okay. Okay, there's that. Let's see if we can lay that down there and spill that everywhere. Okay, so that is just right where it's wanting to leak out. So that took about 10, whatever those are, cc's, I don't know. Some kind of measurement that I don't know anything about. Now let's see if we can get this back in here. I brought a little screwdriver here to kind of gently push this back in there, maybe. Maybe not. Oh. There. Okay, so let's pop that back in here. Where it belongs. That one's in there yet. There we go. Okay. So let's clean everything up and see if this thing works. Alright, show you more. Okay, we're just going to reverse the process, and then we're going to see if the top goes up and down. All right, show you more. Well, hey, let's see if it works. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. So here, let's find out. Okay, so we may have still had some air in the system. It's definitely better than it was. All right. Certainly goes down fast. It always did, though. Oh yeah, she's working good now, guys. All right. Okay, well there you have it. Another successful attempt in making something just like brand used, baby. Now we didn't fix that leak. So what I'm going to do is work on sourcing a new cylinder. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and get 2 new ones, one for each side. Because as soon as I replace this one, the other one will probably start leaking. So anyway, I'm going to price them. I know O'Reilly's has them. They're $200 and some a piece. I'm going to see if I can find them someplace else cheaper. So remember that, but we got it so it goes up and down now, so if we're caught out in the rain, at least we can close the top. Remember to like and share this video. And I don't know what all your Sebrings, this procedure takes care of. I know that it's different than a 2004 Sebring convertible. The way that seat comes out and some stuff is totally different. So this is a 2006, so it could be, they're all pretty much the same. The motor and the lift cylinders, all that stuff look the same to me. I mean, there may be some differences, but I'm not sure. But anyway, all right, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along. Whew, it's getting hot out here already. It's 9:30 in the morning. I'm going into the air conditioning. Remember to subscribe, like, share, ring that bell, and get out there and do a No Name 500 hashtag, and subscribe to those folks' channels that are trying to get 500 subscriptions. All right, as always, we're making it just like brand used here, baby.
I was walking down the street, I was minding my own affair.
Run, Tallulah, run!
Hi, baby.